camera again, it's pointing up. Alright guys, I'm back with The Walking Dead Season 5 Episode 12 review, and this episode is called Remember. Is this camera in focus? I don't think this camera's in focus. It doesn't look like it's in focus now. I should call this camera on. I'm gonna buy a new camera soon. How about this, guys? Anyway, so this, basically, this episode is all about, them actually, so basically, it was following up last week's episode of The Walking Dead, where basically the group arrived at the community center. And this week is where they all had a shower, they had a shave, and they got cleaned up, and got new fresh clothes and stuff. And they met the rest of the people in the community center. I mean, the people in this community center, they're decent people. They're not. I mean, in the next episode, is she like a counselor or somebody? She's like the counselor. I missed like the first 10 minutes of this episode anyway. So, but basically the episode, I'm thinking because I missed the first 10 minutes of it because I forgot to DVR the first 10 minutes. I was like, shit, I gotta record The Walking Dead. So I recorded recorded the rest of it, and I basically. So they get in the community center. They're putting these houses separate from each other, and then Rick is like, well, I don't know about this, and then the counselor, who is like the co-owner of the community center, brings them in for a chat, and basically they got talking to this camera about their past and stuff. And then we have this a few episode where Carl talks about how his mom died, how she turned into Walker, and basically Carl had to kill his mom. And then basically Rick says that how he needs to survive and stuff. So basically so basically we see Rick and Carl in their house, and basically Rick goes for a shower and he gets a shave, and actually he has a shave and a haircut and a shower. So Rick has a clean up and stuff, and then this woman comes up and she says, I'm a hairdresser, do you want your haircut? And he says, alright, then I'll have my hair done. And then he says, I'm not, and then he says, well, I've not had my hair cut and I've not had a shave for like ages, so this is kind of like rare for me. So yeah, and actually Rick doesn't look like a granddad. I mean, Rick looks, you know, pretty. He looks actually. They look kind of weird now, because now that they've been cleaned up and they don't look all dirty and all that. I mean. They look, they look like normal people now, and it's kind of strange that you're watching it. You've been watching The Walking Dead for this long. I've been watching it since like 2011, and and they've been like traveling, and they've been sleeping in barns and stuff. And then now they've got these apartments, and then now they've had a shower, they've had a shave, they look clean, which is something which I can't really get used to, man. And then Daryl, Daryl's like walking and. Oh yeah, then Daryl kills a squirrel because he's basically not eating anything what's in his house, because he doesn't still trust the community center, and he hasn't had a shower yet, so he still kind of looks dirty. Then this woman, like I said, and then Carl says, then Carl tells Rick that the people here still seem a bit weak. Like the kids and the adults seem a bit weak, but they're not weak. Then and then Glenn, Noah, and I think Carol, they go for some supplies and stuff with food. Then Carl follows this girl who he was hanging out with earlier, going into the woods and stuff, and then. Rick goes into the woods, and then he tries to look for that gun he stashed last week, and he obviously sees it's gone and he gets pissed off. Then Rick and Carl walk into some walkers, they kill them. Then the counselor at the community center says, I know that some of you have, I know that I want you to treat everybody in this community center equal, even including Rick's group. They're all equal and stuff. And then Rick says that, and then Rick tells Carol and Daryl that they're not weak anymore. They're not afraid like they were at the beginning of The Walking Dead. They're strong. They're stronger than ever. And basically, if anybody tries to, you know, take them out or be kind of crafty, whatever, they're gonna kill them anyway. So that was the end of the episode, and I thought this episode was an alright episode. I thought this episode was an alright episode. It wasn't the best episode. It was an alright episode. I couldn't give my full thoughts on the episode because I only watched. I missed the first 10 minutes of it, so I couldn't give a full my good thoughts on it. But I thought it was an alright episode when I watched anyway. So that, guys, is my review of The Walking Dead Season 5 Episode 12 review. What do you guys think of this episode? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And thanks for watching, guys. Right now.